Well, Happy New Year, everyone. Kelly, Happy New Year.
And also to you, Bill.
We are almost there. We are knocking on the door of 2012, and we are going to post this short attention span webinar on the 30th of December. And I remember, Kelly, about 6 months ago, we were doing a webinar, and I remember saying, picture yourself on New Year's Eve, 2011 New Year's Eve, and you raise your glass, and someone says, "What kind of a year did you have, Kelly?" And I said, "What do you want those answers to be? Where do you want to be in 6 months?" And that's part of what this presentation is about. I love that question. Where do we want to be in 6 months? So as you are thinking about your New Year's resolutions, that's where you want to aim. It's a great question, two great questions actually. And the second one being, what do I need to do to get there? And the thing about this, Kelly, is that there's lots of different things you can throw in. I can talk about my sales volume. I can talk about some personal goals, maybe physically, where do I want to be? I know before I turned 50, I had all these, I want to be this much weight, and I want to and it was great. Then you hit that, and you go, oh yeah, well, what happens 50 plus 1 day? And never thought about that. It's all downhill. But you can talk about financial. You can throw in spiritual, physical, relationship. It's a great question to ask. And then follow that up by what do I need to do in order to get there? And that's where the plan comes in. So the first thing I would think that you would talk about, Kelly, when I asked you that question, is new business. So tell me about my new business goals. What should I be thinking about?
Well, the obvious answer is that you want to go out and find some new customers. You want to get new business from people you've never done business with before. And that's back to basics of prospecting, developing a prospecting plan, doing research, figuring out where are your ideal customers, what solutions do you have to bring to them, and then you go and enact that plan and bring in the new business. I mean, that's the simple answer. It's a little bit more complicated, but just as important, if not more important, is to get new business from old customers, people that you're already doing business with. And this can be as simple as new departments within organizations that you're already doing business with. We all need to be penetrating those accounts more effectively. So we want to really take a look at every account that we're doing business with and say, I want to bring a new solution to each of these folks every month. A new service, I want to tell them about my wide format, we're getting digital this year, about our variable, all these things. We want to be making sure that we are telling those stories over and over again with value, with ideas, with creativity, and with excitement to our existing customers. And we say this all the time, but the very concept of an account review, if you haven't done it this year by this date, the 30th of December, it's absolutely imperative that you make sure you're making consistent contact with your existing customers so that they know you're there every day trying to earn their business. We are not taking anything for granted. We are saying to ourselves every morning when we wake up, it's my job to earn the business of every customer I'm dealing with right now.
So Kelly, we start the year out with all these great ambitions, myself included. I don't know about you. We were just talking before we went on the air about where we're taking our business. I think the same way. I want to grow here. I want to grow there. Why do we fall off the wagon? What happens? They're great ideas, but what do we do wrong?
Yeah, it's a lot of things. As we mentioned in the earlier slide, all those things are very mutually dependent on one another. So it's about discipline, it's about focus, it's about deciding that you have the perfect opportunity right now to reinvent yourself on January 1st and say, I don't care about what bad habits I had last year, about the fact that I messed around on Facebook every day. 2012, I am a focused, disciplined machine that is all about increasing revenue, bringing bigger profits to my company, and making myself indispensable. So I am going to be disciplined and focused and be the kind of person I can be proud to say when I show up for work every day.
Personally, I'm a big believer in accountability.
Yeah.
I think that discipline is something that you drill into me all the time. Is we got to do this, we got to do. And it's the accountability that makes that all click. Said the father of 3 girls. Then we've got to go out. We got to think bigger, right? We got to get pumped. We got to get jacked. And there's 2 other things that we want to talk about. One is landing the big fish. We can nickel and dime. We can go after small accounts all we want. The ones that are life changers are the ones that order large quantities of everything that we sell. And I think it's a good idea, Kelly. I've said this for years. Make a list of 5 large prospects, and always have a list of 5 large prospects. When one proves itself to be a poor prospect, you throw it out and you replace it with another one. But you always have that pool that you're working a little bit each week. You're nudging it along. You're doing a little research. You're trying to get in the door through LinkedIn. There's in fact, we have a whole webinar that we do on this, right, on landing the big fish. And it's a different breed, but you've got to have that on your to-do list. The other thing is skills improvement. There's no reason why you can't look at the mirror and say, I need to improve my time management. I need to improve my overcoming objections. My attitude is not good. Boy, I'm really down in the dumps right now. And it's been that way for a while. If you're not doing that, if you're not improving, then you're kidding yourself. You're lying to yourself. And you're going to get lapped by your competition. It's really amazing. I have such great respect for people that show up to a seminar that I'm doing or take one of the programs that I've got going on, or they're told to do one of the programs, and they're open to suggestion and idea. They're very successful, but they're always improving. And why do they do that? They're continually reading. They're continually learning. They're spending half the day just Googling, just Googling different ideas. There's so much free material out there. It's absolutely amazing. So, final thoughts, Kelly? Is there anything we missed when we talk about our goals for 2012?
Well, it is very important to focus on the activities and not the results, because the fundamental truth is when you put in a certain amount of effort and execute on a certain plan, the results will come. If you inspire trust and confidence in people and you are committed, there is no question that you will succeed. So focus on that daily commitment to the activities that you know you need to do to get your job done and be more effective, and the results absolutely will come. And again, like the attitude that today's the day. You are going to get up every morning and feel good about what you do and know that success is out there waiting for you. Without question, you will succeed.
And it's a focus of doing your job every day. I'm going to wake up with a plan. I'm going to execute that plan. I'm going to prepare for tomorrow. I'm going to review today, and then I'm going to repeat that. So it's a series of single-day successes that make the long-term success. But we want you to think about 6 months down the road, but we want you to focus on what you need to do today in order to get that done. It's attitude, it's planning, like Kelly said, it's discipline, it's accountability, it's a lot of time management, and then it's repeat, repeat, repeat. And there's nothing different about that. That's not new. That's all old school stuff, but that's what's going to get you to your 2012 goals. All right, Kelly, any final thoughts? Anything we missed?
I don't think so. I think that was great. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. We'll talk to you next year. Thanks, everybody.